Hi there. Hi there. It is June. I know I normally do these on Fridays, but I'm going on vacation. So I am doing it slightly early this week on a Wednesday. And who knows, maybe I end up liking Wednesdays better, but it might be a little harder on my schedule to be consistent and do it on a Wednesday versus doing it on Fridays. Because trying to balance with classes and things. So my name is Trish Broderick. I'm with Ignite Insight and Innovation, and I'm coming live for the first Wednesday this month, June, really July, session for this round. And today we're going to be talking about some tips on just like, I'm a new leader, or maybe I'm an existing leader, but I'm joining a existing team. So this is the team that's already been together. The leader left for some reason. Maybe you're coming from the outside. Maybe you're switching to them from inside the company. But just, I've gotten a lot of questions lately about, I'm joining this existing team. What should I do in the first, 30 days? And so I wanted to give some tips of things that I've done in the past and continue to do when I'm joining a team that's been around, that's been together already, and to kind of make the most out of those first days. So tip number one is just observe. Now, not in a creepy, judgy, like I'm going to watch you and then decide what I think of you kind of way, but in a way that's like, honor what they might have already figured out, right? And you're taking time to observe and to see the dynamic and to see what they think are problems or what they're experiencing or how they engage and interact, and to understand that you are coming into something that is existing, that they've been working together, and to take time to kind of observe, to notice, to appreciate, honestly, sometimes what's already present. Okay. Yeah. Don't those go into a room and be like, I'm just going to observe you today and then sit back. That's not going to work out well for you. Okay. Number two is to listen. There is a dynamic that sometimes we feel so much pressure as that new leader, like we're got to come in and we got to fix everything and we got to do this, and we got to make a difference, and all that pressure tends to make us focus on problems we see and not necessarily problems they see or feel or even want to address. And so take some time to really listen to, not just observe, but listen to what they say they want help with. Like, I know it seems crazy, but ask them, what would, if I did this, what, and it would make your life better, what would it be, right? And to just ask. Some won't give you an answer. Some will maybe give you a fake answer or a surface level answer for what they really want because they're just kind of getting to know you. But some might. And even if they don't, you're demonstrating that you want to listen, you want to engage with them, and that's never going to be a bad thing for you. Okay. Number three, when you do find something to work on, don't pick the hardest, difficult thing that's going to take months to resolve. Sure, you could be working on one of those, but look for some quick wins. Look for some easy, low-hanging fruit that you can make a bit of an impact. Oh, and there goes my watch. To make a bit of a difference, to engage with people, to build off some momentum, right? Everything doesn't have to have this like, wow, that just changed our life feel to make a difference. Sometimes those little tiny improvements especially cumulatively, make a huge difference for teams, and especially teams that have kind of went, well, that's the way that it's always been. So making those adjustments can be really, really powerful. And you can build off that momentum for those bigger, harder challenges that might be coming down the path. So don't forget about some of those little quick wins and really trying to build off of that. My next tip is give options. So when you do start figuring out, okay, we got to work on this. Maybe we need to get better at collaborating. Maybe we need to be increasing our transparency. Maybe we need to get a prioritized backlog, right? Whatever the problems are, create them kind of as a list of opportunities And when you're creating that list of opportunities, don't pre-decide, right? Like work to see with people, hey, what else do you see? Or now that I'm highlighting this, what else is there? And what experiments can we run? Just because you see a problem doesn't mean as that leader, you should be coming in and deciding all the solutions or all the experiments you're going to run. Give options, give choices like, hey, I see these couple things. What have you tried in the past, right? Don't forget to ask that. Don't forget to engage with that. And then, but also like, what do you want to work on that? But what things could we possibly do? If you come in with all the solutions or all the experiments, you've already pre-decided what they're going to do, you're not really setting yourself up for the kind of environment you want long term. And I know that there's a lot of pressure, and I know that it'd be efficient, but is it really efficient if it's not long term effective? And so you have to be thinking about that and approaching this very collaborative right from the get-go and experimental right from the get-go. And then the next one, or the last one, kind of is a two-parter a little bit. And I'm thinking about how I want to say it live. But here's the thing. You don't know what they've been through. So they're going to bring with every interaction assumptions, biases, trauma, potentially, history. And some of it could be true, some of it could be false, some of it could be what could happen, some of it's impossible, and yet it's still present. And everybody on that team individually and together as a unit is nervous. Now, maybe not nervous in like I'm shaking my boots kind of nervous, but unknown, right? Here we have somebody that's the new boss coming in. Are they gonna destroy everything I like about it? Are they gonna fix everything I hate? There's like this fear, but also anticipation, but also hope, but also like panic and anxiety, and it's all mixed together. And it takes time to build those relationships. It takes time to understand where somebody might be coming from, both yourself as the leader and them as the team. And so as you're building that, there are going to be possibly moments where they project something onto you and it doesn't feel great. Or you say something and they react so strongly. And it's like, not a big deal. I remember I once had somebody that I said no to on something, and they're like, I've never been told no by a boss before. And I'm like, well, buckle up. And that's the thing is really every one of the interactions you're having is an opportunity to be kind of authentic, to build the relationship that is true to who you are, who you want to be as a leader, and also how you want to engage. And so it's going to take some extra curiosity. It's going to take some extra patience. It's going to take some extra kindness to understand that it's not sometimes about you in terms of how they're reacting. You're just the representation because you're coming in. Maybe they really, really, really liked their last leader. Maybe that person quit, or maybe they were even fired and they really, really liked that person. You're walking into that space and it's not on you, but the reality is it is on you to be respectful of whatever space you're walking into. And that may need time, that may need support, that may need transparency to be able to really effectively move forward. And I've seen too many leaders sometimes go, well, that was in the past, don't worry about it. It's like, yeah, well, how do you do that? Because I don't. I think about the past all the time. And I use the past to inform my future. So they're gonna as well. And whether it was a positive experience or a negative experience, they're bringing that into the start of your relationship with them. And it can seem unfair a little bit, but it's reality. And so really kind of come at your interactions and your approach and your engagement with this goal of being really authentic to who you want to be and who you want to be as a leader, but also really compassionate in terms of the bigger picture and the bigger relationship that you are building that will take some time. So those are my tips. Those are the things that I come in. I don't ever come in going, okay, these are the first 4 things you got to fix on every team, because that would be ridiculous, because every team, everybody is different. But those are the things that I try and keep in mind, and I remember, and I just remind myself, you know, the first 30 days isn't to have as many check marks as you have. The first 30 days is setting up the potential for success later on. And that's what you're going for, and to kind of let some of that pressure off yourself. Otherwise, you're going to be hurting as you go forward. Oh, hi, Jeremiah. I still wish I could make this more interactive than just seeing the comments, because it's also delayed when it comes up after the fact. But maybe I'll think about that for the second half of the year of what I can do, or things along those lines. But those are my tips for today. Because I'm going offline for a bit, I don't have many public offerings in the next month. In fact, I don't think I have any for July. Although I must make a plug for Agile 2022. The program team and Agile Alliance is doing a fantastic job, and I'm so excited to head there. It'll be in Nashville this year. July 18th, I believe, the week of July 18th in Nashville. I highly, highly, highly recommend. You're not supposed to play favorites with a conference, but I do, and it's that one in a lot of ways, or at least the in-person dynamic. So I will be at Agile 2022 in Nashville. I do have a public course on building facilitation skills in September. I have an impactful training and speaking course. The next version, or the next round, is also in September. And then our next Leading Amazing Teams, the one I do with Jake Calabrese, is not until October. We just had one last week. So, but all of those are still virtual at this time. Hoping someday soon they won't be. But for right now, those next 3 in September and October are still virtual. So the link, as always, you can head out to Ignite in the offering to get those, or to forward those to people as you need. Otherwise, I will see you, if I don't see you at Agile 22 in August. That just seems crazy, but we'll go with it. So all the best, and take care.